do become that light, that beacon of light for your family, right?
Yeah.
Or for your people.
You said that.
Like you become a safe space. Like I have a lot of people I'm close with in my life outside of people I'm related to by blood, that I hold space for in terms of like being a safe space for them.
Yeah.
What they don't talk about on the other side is that is like the person that's holding a safe space, who's their safe space. Like who do they have to go to? I'm lucky to have that. I'm very grateful to have that. Absolutely. I got you. Yeah, I know I can come in. I know I can come out at you.
This is the original people in the Eve gene. People always asking us, are y'all Muslims? Are y'all 5%ers? Are y'all Jehovah's Witnesses? Oh, what, y'all don't believe in Jesus Christ? I simply tell them the original people in the Eve gene represents all melanated people around the world and uniting all melanated cultures across the globe. Melanated people come in many different shades. We have many different areas, and we have many different cultures and beliefs. Let's put that all aside and come as one.
Peace, family. Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. We are the #1 podcast for individuals that are seeking to end generational dysfunction. What's good, cousin?
Nothing, cuz, man. Speaking of generational dysfunction, cuz, man, I got a question for you.
Okay, shoot. What's up?
What is the biggest dysfunction that you are working on to help fix? What is the biggest dysfunction you're stopping in your family that you seen maybe your mom or your daddy had, or maybe a relative, your brother, or maybe an uncle, cousin, whoever it may be, even if you see it through me, because what is the dysfunction that you see that's in your family that you are stopping, that you going in your genes and you like, you know what, it's stopping with me. You hitting the nail right there on the head. Fire with the hammer. What you stopping because?
That's a phenomenal question.
I don't want to ask why, because it's all day.
For me, there are several that are blaring.
Let's go over them.
The first one, which is my priority, is health. Health. That's my number one.
And you see this throughout your whole family, one side or just both sides?
Family, myself, my people. Health. That's my number one thing. It's health, man. It's like literally it's like a slow death, quote unquote. Like when you really look at the grand scheme of things, like my grandfather, your great grandfather, he was 92 when he transitioned.
Yep.
Right.
R.P. John Lee Gaddis.
That's on my mom's side, your mom's side.
Yep.
On my father's side, my grandfather, my only grandparent, is still alive in his physical form, on Earth, right? So he's 89. He's 89. Had some strokes in the past, and he's essentially in a wheelchair. He's able to operate in his wheelchair, mobile wheelchair. So looking at it from just and then Grandma Emma.
Yep.
She had some things going on.
Your uncle. My grandfather.
Your grandfather. He had some health stuff going on. Like it's just a lot of health things that can be prevented, but also on the other side of the coin too, people have to be willing to change. So it's like their will to live, essentially.
What gave you that will? What gave you that will? Because besides the fact, I know you always saying that your coach and your dad passed, but a lot of people have a lot of family that transition through health issues and through cancer or maybe high blood pressure or whatever the health may be. What made you be like, you know what, this right here I gotta stop it. What made you be like, I have to change this in my lineage? What gave you that will, cuz?
My father. That was the last straw for me to essentially made me want to become better.
Did you feel like your father transitioned too early? Is
Absolutely.
that what it was?
Yeah, he was 63 years young. Yeah, like that was hella early.
Yeah, very
early.
In our way of thinking, the way of our mind, because because I want to go at 108 or something like that. Cuz want to be 150. Cuz to be 200 if he can. If he can let it be 200.
I'm here for it all.
Cuz to be 200. But yeah, so
I'm gonna get all my lessons, like you said. I don't want to come back.
I'll do 500.
I'm taking the page out of your book and get all my lessons.
Here's my last time.
All my lessons,
real,
man. So
but yeah, because so what you
too
feel
early,
like
man.
He transitioned too early, and did you feel like cause you changed your eating habits, did you feel like it was like if Pops changed his eating habits, he has to be here today? Cause Pops really didn't partake into like drugs or anything like that. So you feel like Pops, if he just changed.
Let me clean that up. He did unknowingly. The drugs was in the food.
Break that. I understand that, cuz, but you gotta break that. What you mean drugs is in food? Drugs is in food. That's the name of this one. That was a nice one, cuz. Oh, that was a nice one.
So for example, right, if you look at, let's take meat for example. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So when you essentially get some meat, you honestly, unless you're going out there and hunting it yourself and going through the process and cooking it and all that good stuff, right? To do that, you really have to, in my opinion, if you're going to eat meat, in my opinion, you should go hunt it, skin it, clean it, freeze it or whatever,
I agree.
and cook it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're gonna
that's
do
what
that,
my grandpa Charles does.
That's my opinion. So when we don't do for self and we allow other people to control the food that we intake, they can do whatever to the food and we don't question it because we literally rely on that hand to feed us.
Yeah. So
like it's a saying that goes around amongst our people. It says don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
Or don't bite the hand that feeds you, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like it's the same thing applies mentally to the food that we're getting from people that aren't us. Don't bite the hand don't complain about the food because they feed it. Even though the food is like literally giving us a slow genocide essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's like we suffer from diabetes, heart disease, all these different illnesses per se.
Cancer is food, comes from a lot of food.
It does.
Because his uncle, my grandpa, didn't even, he died from lung cancer?
Yeah, you told me.
Man, when have you ever saw him smoking? You probably saw him drink. I love my grandpa. He probably drank. You ain't never seen him smoking. No. I don't know. This is just my thought. For instance, how Cuz said that food has drugs in it. For instance, the eggs for instance, for eggs has the same carcinogen levels of 5 cigarettes. You know what I mean? What Grandpa always ate eggs. He always ate eggs in the morning. Like he was an egg eating type of guy. Every morning he ate eggs. Even when we was out camping, my grandma Teresa, his wife, she even made eggs out there with man. That lady, she used to do some crazy stuff. She made eggs in the microwave. But anyway, yeah, man, she used to cook great. He was like, hey, how are you doing this out here with no electronics? But anyway, he always ate eggs, and I feel like, believe it or not, with the information I have gained and the knowledge I have the knowledge I have accessed and the hypothesis I have came up with all this conclusion, I feel like it has something to do probably with his eggs And that bacon, he liked to eat in the morning and a lot. I watched my grandpa eating habits because, you know, I was around him enough so I can remember. I'm like, dang. After I got older and I started realizing, you know, what these foods, like you said, how these foods have drugs in them, I'm like, dang. I wonder if that what killed my grandpa because he didn't smoke. How the hell do you catch lung cancer and you don't even smoke? So I'm like, dang, I'm confused.
And it's the thing too. It's like when you really start like awakening like who you really are. Like when you stop essentially believing what was being told to you and really like start figuring out who you are. Like you really just start questioning everything.
Dude, hold on. I don't want to get this. Just be on great track though. Hold on. You said health. Now give us your number 2. Something that you're working on. We want to stay on this question. Give us number 2. Give us another one.
For me, it's kind of like it's a toss-up.
Yeah. These don't have to be in no particular order. These
not like health is my number 1.
Yeah,
like,
These
regardless, that's my number 1. I see it every day.
I'm gonna let you know.
I see it every day.
Yeah.
So health is definitely my number 1.
Okay.
I would say after that, it's kind of like it's between the two. It's between like our emotional well-being and poverty, and I'm putting the poverty in air quotes because
emotional
we really
well-being.
Yeah.
Emotional well-being. Break that down, cuz.
Yeah, like we did an episode, a past episode where we talked about energy and motion, what emotions were.
Yeah.
So it's like without energy flowing through us, we would literally just be. I don't even know. We would just
be dead. But how is this the dysfunction in your family though? What you see, or what you?
Because we don't express our emotions. We don't express. Like when we do, it's stuff that we suppressed and we held in, and then it comes out in anger.
Is this why you think we got so much dysfunction in our family towards why we can't no longer have family gatherings because we always at each other's necks? Like, believe it or not, I'm keeping on though. Our family's at each other's necks right now. You know, that's just how it is. You know, that's not our only dysfunction. That's probably the person right there who looking right now. No, they probably got the same dysfunction, cuz.
And it's not even like you say, everybody has something.
Yeah.
Like you and I are dealing with stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's just like, we want to like be proactive and be transparent and like help y'all like get through this thing too and like know that y'all not alone. Like y'all are not alone.
For real.
And it's like, if we like had those conversations, we used to communicate without words.
Yeah. Dang.
We used to communicate without words. Now we don't even know how to do that now.
Wow.
So we can talk about
much this at the dinner table.
Yeah, we can talk about that can go into intimacy, which I'm working on personally. That can go into a lot of affection and all that. That can go into a lot of different ways. But like when we only know how to express words and anger because we felt all these things we kept all these things on the inside because we didn't have a safe space to express. We didn't know how to express. We weren't taught to express this energy. Instead of it moving, being in motion, it just stays stagnant. And that tears us up internally too. That puts stress on our body.
And that makes it harder for people such as not even family members, friends, people who just co-workers, everybody to communicate with you because you got all this built into yourself that you don't know how to communicate with others yet because you have to know how to communicate with yourself in order to communicate with others.
And this the other side of it that people don't talk about either. Like when you do become that light, that beacon of light for your family, right?
Yeah.
Or for your people.
You said that.
Like you become a safe space. Like I have a lot of people I'm close with in my life outside of people I'm related to by blood that I hold space for in terms of like being a safe space for them.
Yeah.
What they don't talk about on the other side is that is like the person that's holding a safe space, who is their safe space? Like who do they have to go to? I'm lucky to have that.
You know,
I'm very grateful
right
to have that.
Absolutely.
I got you. Yeah, I know I can come in. I know I can come holler at you.
Shit,
I'm just saying, like, for other people though, like they may not have that, or they may not even feel vulnerable enough to reach out to be like, hey, I need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, and that should be family. I mean, friends, yeah, but it's
I think it should be your soul tribe.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper than blood now.
Agreed.
It's deeper than blood now.
Agreed. But why I say family is this, it's because I feel like we got away from the family traditions. And back if you look back in
rites of passage, family traditions, all that.
If you look back in the time when they were the actually true gods and goddesses, when their families was legit. So it was easier to like connect to a cousin that you've been growing up with your whole life with, that y'all been knowing since Pampers, and you can communicate with them. Not saying you can't have friends, but what I'm saying is we need to start getting these family traditions in so it can be easier for us to like talk to these people so we can find our soul tribe easier. So then cuz can bring in a friend. Then you bring in a friend. Now you got bringing 4 people
that's
automatically.
That's the
village, you know.
That's the church.
That's the church, you know. So it gotta be like that. And you said poverty too, cuz I want to get on that. What you mean by poverty?
I put that in air quotes because, from my perspective, my opinion, like there's a system that was set up to work against us. Mm-hmm. Like you can go back like when all that started, right? I'm gonna deal with the present moment right now, right?
Yeah.
You can touch on that here in a little bit if you want to. But like we're in a space now where, in this current time as you're listening to this, we're in a space now where it's literally like you're either gonna be rich or you're gonna be poor. There's no in between now. Based on how everything is set up. It's either you're gonna be here or you're gonna be here. If you're gonna be in the system, you're gonna be here or you're gonna be here. Yeah. Ain't no in between now. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying like we've chosen to be a part of this where we could know ourselves and go back to our roots. Like if we really from Africa, right? We really from the land, like where we at?
Everywhere.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we know that.
Yeah.
Right. Like why haven't we went back there and reconnected to our heritage and to our lineage? Why haven't we done that? So that's like it's, and then people will say, oh, it takes money to get there. Like, okay, yeah, well, if that's the case, all right, well, let's talk about how much money that costs and let's get there. And then once we're there, let's learn the ways and then leave all the material stuff behind. And let's go off. Let's live off the land. But we accepted the benefits that we're receiving from the current system. We've said, hey, we want this.
Say that again.
We want this.
We literally could buy. We want
to go to the bank. We want to go to the grocery store. We want to go to the school.
Yeah.
We want to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
We want to go to whatever, the club or whatever, right? So this is what we wanted. This was all created from us because we're the original people.
Yeah.
All these concepts were created with us, but they were construed and corrupted by other beings.
Yeah, agreed.
But we can literally make that switch and go back.
Yeah, anytime.
But we got to deal with the stuff that got us here to go back though. Yeah. But we're not spending time dealing with those things.
No, we don't. We never do. And I want to say, on my end, why I feel like poverty is, because that's one of the dysfunctions that I'm working on to change. I feel like.
Now, before you get into it, let me attack how I'm like the emotions real quick and also the poverty.
Yeah.
So like me with my emotions, I'm learning how to express my emotions and being more vulnerable now.
Yeah. Coming
out emotionally numb, so I've been to therapy.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm doing my internal work to be able to get through that process on the emotion side. On the poverty side, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need X amount of dollars to set this up to be able to leave an inheritance for my children's children. But when I get to that point, I don't want nothing to do with this no more. I'm gonna be living off my land like Thanos in the End Game. Mm-hmm. After he did what he did, he was on his land doing his thing. He ain't care about nothing else in the
See,
world.
you know me,
Peace.
cuz I ain't never saw that movie, cuz.
But yeah,
Cuz be seeing all them. Hey, cuz he always come over
I be
here.
seeing the messages.
Be giving me, and he,
I be seeing the messages.
every time we talking, and I be like, hey, cuz, yeah, our ancestors. They be like, hold on, cuz, let me show you something. Then he pull up a whole movie.
But look,
how many times have you done that, cuz?
Every time.
And it's and you know why I love that you do that? Because it proves my point that they really be stealing stuff.
They tell the truth. They tell the truth in the movies, man, before they do it. And
I be so happy that you can connect that, because a lot of people can't. Look, like for instance, I can't connect it to the movies. I could if I watched the movies, but I don't really watch
go to sleep.
Yeah, I go. I go sleep on the movie, boy. Hey, I'm telling you, yeah. So it be dope, like to have my cuz, because I say so. He like, man, we connected to this movie, so boom. That's why we like salt and pepper. But anyway, man. That's one of them. Man. Give us another one before. Then I'm gonna give all of mine.
With the pop, with
you
the
said
poverty.
What else? Yeah. What else? What's another dysfunction that you're working on?
Let me finish on the poverty real quick. So like once I get to that, like that space, I know like a dollar amount I need to be able to set X, Y, and Z up for my children's children here on Earth, so they can make whatever choice they want to make. They can make that choice. Yep. So I'm not neglecting that we're in a system that wasn't designed for us to thrive.
Yeah.
That's where we currently are in this moment as I'm speaking. As I'm vibrating these sounds out of my mouth, that is where we are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to negate that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, hey, I'm going to make a conscious decision. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull from my subconscious and go back to where we were, how our ancestors lived thousands of years ago.
Yeah. I'm
on that. I know I got to use the resources of today to get out of what I'm in to be able to go back to that.
Yeah.
So that's when I got to get this certain number. And when I get this certain number and set up things for my children and my grandchildren, I'm out the way.
Out the way.
I'm on my land.
Did you say I'm out the way?
I'm going outside. I'm getting a mango off my tree. I'm gonna peel that thing and I'm gonna sit on my porch. I'm gonna drink me some natural sweet tea and I'm gonna be cooling. Drink me some water, drink me some H3
I'll be right next to you because, like, boy, cuz I like this land.
that's
what I'm real on. Nice land, cuz.
I'm on that. I'm good. So that's where I'm at, cuz.
Okay, then what's another one? Because probably what's another one? So that's three, right? You just named.
Yeah, that was the three. Those were the three. Yeah,
those are three ones. How did you find those? Like, did you? Hold on. Before, did you just? Is it because the significant events in your life that happened, or did you really sit back and be like, these are the three things? Because I know health came because of your pops, situation. May he rest his soul. How did the emotional come well? How did you figure out that there was a dysfunction? Because it's hard to pinpoint. Like I said in a previous episode, it's hard to pinpoint your dysfunctions in a dark room. What made you go get that light and start finding the light switch, to hit the light switch so you can see your dysfunctions? What on emotions? What was it with emotions?
With emotions, it was I would say my pop's homegoing service, right? Mm-hmm. My grandmother, Miss Bertha, bless her soul as well. She transitioned in 2019, September 2019. She came to the homegoing service with my father. She was going through dimensions.
This is her daddy? I mean, this is her
son? Yeah.
That's what I meant.
She was going through dimensions. That's her older son.
Her first child?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
And genealogy, there's a lot of family stuff we don't know about. So we still got cousins on our side of the family we don't even know about.
Yeah.
Keep it a buck.
Yeah.
So, as far as I know, yes.
Yeah, okay.
From her, yes. So everything was cool. We was all having a good time when she came in with dementia, and like 1 minute she didn't know where she was, and the next minute she was like, "Yo, that's my son," and she was like, I'm gonna just say getting emotional, like whining / crying, being emotional and being distraught. That really tore my heart up. Seeing that, I'm like, back in 2016, that made me like, I had to step away and go to the bathroom. Other than that, I was happy, laughing, sharing memories with my people and everything. Then I saw that, I'm like, oh man.
You have every right to feel
so much came out of me when I went to that bathroom and cried. So much came out. Like I cried when my mom called me like, hey, He's gone. Like I cried then, and I cried when I found out. That was pretty much like the only 3 times that I really cried. I've never seen my mom cry about it. I ask her about it every so often. She just like, hey, life goes on, you gotta move on. Like, so you don't like cry. You know, like what's going on? Like, what we doing? Like,
cause you know, like,
nah,
you know me, like, cause you don't cry.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yo, like, so that's when I started to see like, yo, okay, this is some emotional stuff that I need to deal with because this is my mother.
Yeah, that is.
So I need to deal with this. And I love my mama to death. My mama, boy, she pull up whenever.
Yeah.
She about hers.
Yeah.
I just like, it was that emotional part. I was like, yo, like, she not feeling what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
She probably just don't want you to see it, cuz.
I think that's what it is.
She don't want you to see it.
She's being the mother.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
You know what I always say about Auntie, that Chinese walk. That's where that part comes in.
The Great Wall.
The Great Wall. The Great Wall. For wow! Look, Sean, you ain't about to
get so far.
You ain't about to be seeing me cry. No.
And I saw myself building that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I saw myself building that same wall.
Damn.
I built it.
I
built it.
But what makes you see that wall, cuz? How did
seeing her?
Damn. So seeing your mama made you be like, damn, I'm that same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I'm glad you saw that wall. And how about okay, your dad was because of the health. That's what made you look. Moms helped you look with emotion. And shout out to them because shout out to Hank. This is all
they did
love.
a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it's all love.
Everything that I do now is literally based off of their foundation.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff I do with young people and do with like my peers and stuff like that. Just like genuinely showing love and like rooting for people. I laid in that house because they were happily married.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And they did it the way they wanted to do it.
You always talking about
Always.
I love my mama, I love my daddy. I said,
yeah.
I love my mama, I love my daddy.
One of my coaches, right? So it was like I was probably like 15, 16.
Yeah.
I was at the state fair with my parents. With a snow cone. I was in the middle of them, cuz. I was in the middle of them with the snow cone. Look, my coach, he saw me. He was like, man, that's Sean. I'm like, yeah. I was like, what's up, coach?
He was about like, I love you.
My voice was cracking out. That was when I was just getting that deep voice. My voice cracking a little. I was like, what's up, coach? You know what I'm saying? With the snow cone between both of my parents, loving it. Didn't care about nothing in the world because I was smooth.
What'd you say? I don't care what nobody say, man. I got my parents.
And my daddy, I'm good.
My daddy.
I'm good. And I see your children the same way.
Yeah.
Under you like that.
Hell yeah.
Like real talk.
For real.
Now it's a beautiful thing to see, beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, man. It'd be dope, especially hearing about you, because I ain't grow up with too many people who got daddies, well, who have fathers. I don't have one myself. Well, I do. I'm not gonna just knock him out the picture. That's one thing I ain't gonna disrespect him, especially on TV. Even if we're not on TV, he wasn't no good daddy, but he wasn't no bad daddy. Just I don't know. Just he was him. He did his thing. So it'd be dope hearing experience like having a good father and actually like looking up, because I don't look up to my father. I wouldn't look up to him worth nothing. So it's like seeing that cut, like I look up to my pops. I want to be like my pops. That really inspired me even more. Like, dang, my son gonna be like that. My son gonna be telling people all the time. Every time he get, yeah, my daddy taught me that. I'm like, dang, cuz, man, your daddy taught you everything, huh? You know me, I be joking, man. People know I be joking. Hey, oh, sucker, I love your daddy. He know it's out of all love, though. I just be messing with him. But yeah, cuz, so how about property though? What made you realize was like, dang, that's an issue I have to fix?
January 9th, 2016, I found out that I was literally just on Google. Like I was like, okay. Gave it a semi-go with being a graduate assistant for an USA football team. Did that enjoyed it. I was like, okay.
What year did you graduate
from college? 2015.
Okay, so 2015.
No, January 9th, 2016.
Okay.
So it was like after I graduated and I did my my introduction into college football as a assistant for the coach at the time. Shout out to Coach Everett.
Because they don't
love
know.
you,
That's
Coach.
why
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Everett too, and his family. Love y'all. They looked out for real.
Yeah.
Gave me an opportunity. Coach Everett gave me an opportunity. Brought me on, and I was essentially helping him be the best he could be. Essentially, he did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal coach, phenomenal father, and a phenomenal man. I was like, okay, I like being a GA. I personally don't want to climb this corporate college football ladder. I didn't want to do that. I was like, a lot you got to do. I'm like, no, I'm good. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna get like, I like football. It got me to where I am right now. I wouldn't be here without that. I was like, I needed something else that I wanted to do. So I had a list of things I wanted to do. The next thing on that list was entrepreneurship. At the time I was in an organization called CEO, which is Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization. So I was a part of that already. I was like, okay, let me start doing some research. So I started doing research, real estate. I was like, okay, who owns the most land and who got like the most land in real estate or something like that. I put it in Google. And what came up was Queen Elizabeth III owns the rights to 6.6 billion acres of land.
Golly, she do what?
Yeah, so that's why this is in 2016. God damn. So I'm like, oh, that's the game I gotta play in.
She owns some shit in America, huh?
Yeah, you gotta look at how big America is. It goes all the way from Greenland down to what, Argentina or Chile down south? Yeah. South America. That's how big America is.
Man, that lady got some land, man.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. Let's stay on top. We can talk about that.
You just threw me off with some numbers though, cuz.
But yeah, 6.6 million acres of land. So okay, so I'm like, oh, that's the game I need to play then. So that's when I started educating myself and really diving into personal development and started learning about real estate and joining a network marketing company, which helped me even get further in my personal development because I had to be intentional, read books and things of that nature. But that was like, okay, I need to, and then like I'm listening to some people speak, that was like, yo, God ain't making no more land. I'm like, so we gotta get some land in. So I'm just like seeing all this. I'm looking at the information.
They make money, they make everything else, but they not making more money.
Right.
Damn, I was just talking about it.
So I'm like, okay, bet we gonna have to do what we need to do then. So then I went down that rabbit hole essentially. Start learning stuff. But
I'm glad you went down that rabbit hole. It wasn't a rabbit hole, cause there was a tunnel of success. A rabbit hole don't lead you nowhere. Ain't a rabbit hole a bad? When people say that rabbit hole, that's normally like a bad term, right? Cause
to me, it's not. It's just like you're on a journey of enlightenment, from my perspective.
No rabbit hole.
Because it's so much information. It's like when you first get introduced to something, it's like, yeah, you want to go down this rabbit hole and like really like, okay, what did this word mean? How did this word become this word? Like how did this 6.6 billion acres happen? How did this happen? How did that happen? Like that's like you going down these different paths. Like, okay, I'm here, then I go here. Oh, I gotta go this. Oh, that happened in the 1800s. Okay, this happened in the 15th dynasty. Okay, this boom. Like you gotta just like go.
Rabbit hole.
It just never stops.
I don't like that word. The rabbit hole. It just sounds like something. I don't know. It sounds like an old country white guy said, "Oh, go down that rabbit hole, man."
But yeah, enough about me, cuz. What are your top three? What are your top?
My top three, man, of dysfunctions that I saw in my life that I'm fixing. One is definitely family, raising a. Hey, shout out to my mama. My mama named Trinette Gaddis. That's my mama. I love you to the death of me. But I wanted to raise a family, a full family. I don't have any full siblings. I wanted to have, I don't know why this is this dysfunction I saw. I feel like I wanted my kids to grow up in a house with a father and a mother. So that's my number one is making sure my kids had a family, a father figure, and a mother figure, and they had, full blood siblings. And this might sound crazy to somebody else, but this is me, This is because I feel like, man, if I grew up, with a father, I've been a dope person. I'm already a dope person, man. I made it this far by myself. A father gives you that extra. So if I had that extra, I'll be father. You know,
it's that discipline. That's right.
Yeah, it's that discipline. Like even for us, cuz I always say this, I can tell the difference. Cuz can take authority better than I can. You know, I had to work on taking authority. That's because in my house I was the man. I was the one. I'm like, you know, my mama. Man, like I said, I love my mama, but every person who grew up without a father, eventually get to the point of age where you be like, what can my mama tell me about being a man? Bro, I don't care what nobody say. Eventually you get to, and there's no disrespecting to your mama. No disrespecting, because I had a grandma, I had a team. Shout out to my whole team. Don't get me wrong, you know, I didn't have a father, but I'm glad who I did have. I had people who replaced that and was great. Like I had a outstanding auntie. Me and my auntie, 11 years apart, exactly. Our birthdays is both on July 16th. She like my auntie / sister. And I got a great grandma, you know. My grandma's the best. My grandma, she like my grandma / mother. But I always felt like, you know, like I said, man, if I had that family, it gives you that certain aspect of life that you don't have to go through. Certain stuff I had to go through, I didn't go through. So at a certain age, like I said, I got to the point like, my mama can't tell me what to do. Me and my guys having discussions. What our mamas know about stuff? They don't know. They ain't never been no man. My mama never had the hormones. She never had to fight the hormones I had to fight as growing up. You know what I mean? As far as in with sex, as far as in with testosterone that make you want to fight, that make you want to have sex, all these different hormones. You know, she was working with a whole different type of set of hormones. Not what she did, because she a woman, a goddess, and I believe that that's the goddess of the earth. Everything came out of a woman. But besides that, this still can't teach me how to be a man. You know, so that was one of the biggest dysfunctions I saw, because a lot of people my sister on my sister on my dad's side, you know, all of them, all my dad's kids got the same dysfunction I got, you know, going over the father, but I guess I don't know. So just speaking on my behalf, and I really looked at that and was like, I can fix that. Another one probably would be
You are fixing that.
Yeah, I am fixing that. I'm doing an excellent job
too.
I'm my daughter's favorite, and my son probably favorite. My son 50-50, but I'm my daughter's favorite. I'm gonna have to keep it up. My son be a mama boy, then he be a daddy boy, then he be like, nah, don't he know, cuz you be like, 1 minute he come over here and be like, I only want mama, then I'm trying to go do something.
I got this. I was meeting with an older brother. He's 63.
Yeah.
He told me something, gave me some game. He was like, mama's baby, daddy's baby.
What do you mean? Mama's daddy, baby?
No. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Daddy's maybe?
Yeah, it showed like what you just said about your son being 50-50. Like the connection that your son and your wife have, like that's like, yeah, that's something that you will never understand. Never. You will never understand it, overstand it, or understand it. Same with Capri.
Yeah.
Your daughter and your wife. You will never understand that connection, ever. So regardless, that's some shit that we just can't fucking comprehend. Just keep it a buck.
Everybody love their mama.
That's where he was coming from.
Everybody, even if you got a bad mama, people be loving their mama, boy.
Yeah, he was coming from that perspective. Like, yo, that connection that they have, that's a bond that we will never understand.
That's because you come from that person. You was in that person for 9 months, and y'all was connected.
And that's a whole cosmic conversation.
That's your first connection of
we will
anything.
Never get.
Yeah.
We will never get that. So like, shout out to the moms out there.
Shout out to my mama, man. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my grandma. Shout out to my auntie. And shout out to my wife.
Absolutely. You
know, because my wife, she the one who birthed my kids. She the goddess of this dynasty I'm building. Oh, and another one, cuz, was I said family. Poverty probably would be second for me. You know, I really, you know, my mom, you know, she made things work, but she had to work. You know what I mean? She made things work, but she had to put in hard work. You know, seeing her doing doing that hard work and just, being honest, man, never could be comfortable enough where you don't have to constantly keep working that hard. Like, it's like her hard work paid, but it never paid off. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
It paid, but it never paid off. She constantly still working hard. I didn't want to be like that. My grandma, same way, constantly still got to work hard. I didn't want to be like that. My pops, that nigga ain't got $1 to his name. I definitely didn't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Definitely, so I feel like, growing up, I grew up, my first apartment my mom lived in was 42nd and Post. When I moved in with her, we lived in 3 Fountains. Just being in property neighborhoods, growing up, and then, my mama moved out. She moved into, the northern side. If you're from Indianapolis, that's better. So my daddy stayed out there. So seeing a lot of poverty growing up made me understand that poverty is the reason why a lot of these dysfunctions keep happening. Poverty is the reason that a lot of these. So I came up to a conclusion that poverty is like, if I get this one done, all the rest of it falls in line. All the rest of dysfunctions, like eating with health, that falls in line with poverty. Once you get the money, you can get the money, you can get the knowledge, you can get the material, whatever you need in order to get more healthier. You know what I mean?
And that the thing with poverty, we didn't create these conditions we were born into.
We was born into.
But that's why I said we can't neglect where we are now. But it's also our choice to stay here.
Yeah.
We can't neglect, this was put here when we were born.
Yeah.
This was a strategic plan that was rolled out hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Oh,
and it's literally working to perfection.
Yeah,
everything is going on. We didn't have no say so in that shit.
We're gonna have to learn how to recreate the game.
Yeah,
I'm not staying in it. I'm not playing the game. And I didn't want to be like that because. And another thing was, what really happened, it was a personal too. Something personal happened to me. I always bring this up, but this is, after I hit Amazon and I hit the top and I couldn't go any farther, I was supervisor and I couldn't make any more money. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm working at Amazon. I'm a supervisor. I'm telling other people what to do. I can't get paid any more of this. I'm hitting the ceiling. I said, oh no, something got to go. Something got to change. So that really made me be like, I don't want to be in property anymore. I'm supervising. I'm still working hard, and it's not paying off. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna be working hard constantly and it's not paying off. I know where this go. I done seen my grandma. I done seen my mom. I'm not gonna be like that. No. So I quit and became an entrepreneur and did open up the original people. And then years later, not even, about a year, not even 2 years, because the original people only is about not even 2 years old yet. So did a year and some change. Bam, what you mean? Me and my cousin hooked up, and that's when Lead Your Lineage podcast came. So that's how I ended poverty. And the third one, because you gave 3, so I'm going to give 3. I said family, poverty, and also I'm changing lifestyle, culture.
Okay, talk to me. That's a good one. I have an opinion on culture.
Lifestyle is lifestyle and lifestyle culture. Can I put that in to one? Can I make that?
It's your world.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that into lifestyle / culture. You don't tell me that, man. If this is my thing, do what I want to do. First thing I want to do is go to the bank, withdraw $1 billion. You know what I mean? Hey, on somebody else. They
ain't even got $1 billion in the bank though.
Hey, man,
so that should tell you something. That's a different conversation.
But what I was saying. Lifestyle / culture. Once again, just like poverty, lifestyle / culture will fix a lot of dysfunctions in our family. The way we pray, the way we eat, the way we think, the way we dress, the way we go about our relationships with our mothers, our fathers, our relationships with our grandparents, our relationships with our children, our relationships with people, our co-workers, our brothers, etc. All of that has been programmed in our head, believe it or not. That's why the black culture acts like that. That's why we are breaking families up. This was already pre-programmed for us to be like that. So I believe it, your religion, our religion, these religions that they give, I don't care, I'm just gonna keep it 100, cause why the hell will your enemy give you something that will help you? People gotta really wake up. Really gotta wake up. Why would your enemy give you something that will empower you in order to become equal to them or more powerful to them? They would never give you something like that. So I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with them.
That goes back to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because like the reality and the logic of it.
The reality and logic.
That ain't.
Yeah, and lifestyle, culture, and culture is because I chose culture because we gotta go back to our cultural ways, and it empowers us more, and our ancestors speak us through us more, and we can get further with it, with our culture, because we are living how we supposed to live. We are eating how we supposed to eat. We are eating how our genes. The first person in my genes, I'm eating just like them now, or close. So they like, so my genes are used to this. So it's easier for my body to digest. It's easier for my body to access and think more clearly. All of that, man, and that is very important. So I had to change that with myself. For instance, like, my daughter is not raised thinking she comes from a man real. Not only that she comes from a man real, that the reason that's stopping her from going to hell was a man. Not only was the person who stopped you from going to hell was a man, the person who can say yay or nay of you going to hell is a man. I'm not about to be dumbing down my daughter thinking that man this, man that, man this. The crazy part about it is, if God was a man, why the hell do everybody, and he made us out of his image, so we supposed to be metaphorically, right? Why the hell does everybody come from a woman? Bam, we're going to end that right there. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We supposed to be from his image, and all this and this and everything is metaphoric. Why the hell does every animal, every little cell, everything comes from a woman? Everything, because if it's living, it came from a woman. Plants, it's male and women plants. A lot of people don't know that. And the women plant is the one who's responsible. Like
there's some animals and species that can reproduce asexually too, without a partner.
Yeah, asexual. Yeah. But that's
it's a lot.
Yeah,
we ain't got that deep yet.
Yeah, but that's just one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when it's normally happening. Two is normally coming from one, man. So it's just I'm raising my daughter on a different, powerful mindset, man. Because that's what's wrong with a lot of, especially a lot of women in our culture. I'm just gonna keep it 100. They got it so brainwashing to thinking, man, this man overpowered, man, this, and not knowing that they are the goddess. My daughter knows she's a goddess. My daughter knows that she's a powerful being. She knows that she is the world. She is the earth. She get without the woman wouldn't be no earth. So my daughter knows that, and that's very powerful, because having that on them.
Earth is a woman.
Yeah. Because having that program on women's minds is the reason why a lot of women are in the situation they're in. The Virgin Mary. I'm not gonna get into the Virgin Mary. Yeah, because you see, that's the Virgin. Who? I forgot. The Virgin Mary, because. I ain't never been a prostitute.
We'll touch on spirituality.
Yeah, no. Hey, I don't feel like touching on spirituality today. But no, because
I want to go for something real quick.
That's what I was fixing with my generation, man. We gotta keep. We can go over that real quick, but I was just saying this real quick, man. We gotta look into the mirror, look into the damn dysfunctions we having, man. And that's what I do, cause I look into the dysfunctions that not only I see that I'm living. I look at my mama and be like, damn, I do the same thing. Let me stop doing that. For real.
So this is like, I found a list online of essentially a list of family dysfunctions. So we're gonna go from you've heard our spill on this, so we're gonna go from the American Psychological Association perspective on this.
Yeah.
That's the resource of this. So a dysfunctional family is professionally defined as a family in which relationships or communication are impaired and members are unable to attain closeness and self-expression. We talked about that. A family is considered dysfunctional if they meet these criteria on a regular basis as a standard part of their life together. So I want to skip down to a couple of things, to a list of, this is a list of causes of families dysfunction. So these are essentially things that cause the issue. So I'm going to read this paragraph. There are often many factors that contribute to causing family dysfunction. So before I go into this list, me talking about health or poverty or emotions, or cousin talking about family, poverty as well from his perspective, and what was the third one? Lifestyle and culture. All the issues that we have amongst our people it's not a monolith, it's not one thing.
No.
It's several different things in the organism of ourselves, on the organism of Earth,
because if you ask our
organism of the universe.
Because if you ask our life partners that question, they come up with both of them come up with 3 whole new ones.
Correct. So all the issues that you may have personally is billions of different people on Earth that have different issues. So we're not a one issue type of person, type of people.
360.
So it's more than one. So I just want to get that out the way. So these are this the list: abuse, alcoholism, behavior issues,
abuse was the first
chronic illness, financial problems, individual internal struggles, lack of support or resources, unhealthy attachment patterns, unhealthy parenting patterns, and number 10, untreated mental health issues.
That abuse hit me because as soon as you said that, boy, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck on here. I don't care. I'm a grown man. I got memories, and I remember my daddy hit on my mama before. I saw that. Then I remember the man who raised me used to hit on my mama. You remember I told you how that affected me, because I always thought when I get older, shit, I ain't gonna be hitting on my kids' parents. You know why, bro? That feeling that I still got, bro. For both of them, for hitting on my mama, I could bump with both of them today, right now, because and I ain't even the type of person to be fighting, and especially now, you know me, cause I'm definitely, cause I'm not even saying this, I'm on camera, I don't be wanting to hurt a fly. I think all life is precious, but yeah, cause that abuse, my wife, think about it, cause my wife went through her issues with abuse. My wife was abused by her father for almost her whole life, and other multiple family members, her up all the way till she was like 15. So that's 2 stories right there, because I know a lot of people that abuse, I see why that was first. I'm just going off of people I know. I see why abuse is first. That abuse is serious, man. Seeing your mama get hit and I realized this. I finally realized why I was overprotected over like my siblings, like my little siblings and all of that. It was because it was at a point when I wanted to be protective and protect my mama, I could never do it. So when I got to the age where I could do it, I overdid it because
overcompensating.
Yeah. For what I didn't do. Even my mama, bro. It was a time my mama had. I'm grown. It was a time. This is when I used to carry guns and everything. It was a time my mama had a boy over there. I wasn't used to this yet, man. The dude he been gone. He been locked up since I was little. So she was trying to move on, but not knowing that I still have my little trauma. You know what I mean? People hit my mama. I'm not going through that shit again. I smell. I told that nigga get out. Shit, get the hell out of my mama house, bro. Ain't none of that. It wasn't like I'm dating my mama. I don't care about my mama's sexual life or nothing. I'm just trying to protect this house because now I got a little sister here too now. And I don't got time for you trying to hit our mama and put this trauma into them. And now that's what made me. So if a lot of people, if you find yourself overprotective, look through that, bro. Did your mama, I'm not even trying to be funny or nothing. Did your mama get beat up, bro? Like, I know that kind of sound funny, but I'm sure my mama did hit shit, bro. So that's why I feel like I was overprotective, like with my siblings and all them shit. They'll tell you, real up on you. My big siblings, my little siblings, bro. I'm not gonna be the first person to knock them out. That's because it was that time my mama was getting beat up. I couldn't do nothing. I run up to somebody, they pushed me. I couldn't do nothing. I fall, I'm crying. I'm in my room crying because I done tried a billion times. I can't do nothing. Yeah, so I guess when I got older, it was like, oh yeah, I can do something now. You know what I mean? So it made me overprotective with every relationship. I was overprotective.
Gotcha. And this wasn't mentioned directly on the list.
Yeah.
But it's tied in here. But the words I'm about to say weren't directly on the list. Like something that I had was lack of empathy.
Yeah.
And like being an energy and motion and like feeling and things of that nature. Like in terms of like Maslow hierarchies of needs, I had all those needs met.
Yeah.
I had all those needs met. But it was like who I am in terms of being energy and motion.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have that unless I was actually achieving something.
Yeah.
Or I was accomplishing something.
You got way better, cuz. Even
Like
for this curse, yeah.
Like that was like how was school today? Hey, how you feeling right now? It wasn't any of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, look, you got this, and this is what you need in this life that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It wasn't. We didn't go deep, essentially.
Surface.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say surface, but like we didn't go deep. We didn't go on the deep end of the water. Just keep it like that.
Okay.
Keep it a buck. We didn't go in the deep end of the water. So I'm gonna read this little paragraph real quick. Lack of empathy. In families with dysfunctional traits, many and sometimes all members have a difficult time with insight.
Mm-hmm.
Without insight into your own behavior, cultivating empathy for another person is extremely challenging. I'm a living testimony of that. When empathy is lacking, other family members may feel misunderstood, bulldozed, rejected, and criticized for having genuine feelings or reactions to a situation. Someone must feel understood for trust and closeness to be present.
Agreed. You gotta know somebody. That's what I was saying. It's easier to connect when you growing up. That's why I think we connect so easy, cuz. Even though we wasn't always as close as we are now, shit, we was kicking it. Cuz ain't real, man. Cuz, you don't remember this, man. This shit be hurting my feelings. This because, cuz, I'm a water sign, so I've always been connected with my emotions. Because wasn't, so he.
I'm an earth sign.
Yeah, man. He lame, man. He ain't right. But anyway, I used to go to my cousin's house every damn Friday, man. We went to the same damn preschool, I believe, or something like that. Everybody cuz don't remember. But anyway, man. Nah. Anyway, man.
I remember the school name. That's what I'm talking about.
You say, I remember the school name. I remember you, cuz. I remember you.
I never bring him on to school.
Hey, man, cuz ain't real, man. His mama had to remind him. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, cuz that's lame. But yeah, man, you gotta, like I was saying, it's easier because we connect because we grew up with each other. We was around each other when we was little. So breaking the and when we got older, we reopen up that connection. We open it up and we start even making it stronger. So being able to give each other empathy is coming straight out of love because we've been knowing each other. We've been we working on this relationship and we both trying to grow as people, and we both on the same.
And we're growing.
We both doing. You ain't lying. I don't know why I said that. And we both doing. I
be getting on.
Yeah, man, you do. And we both be doing
like
this spiritual. And we both doing the spiritual movement and all this dysfunctional. We ended dysfunctional generation. So it's easy, That's what I'm saying. We got to get more people with family like this. I don't know. Probably other cousins. Nah, some of our cousins ain't got a lot. We don't know. We like the young cousins. I'm in the middle. All the cousins are way younger than me. All the second generation, all of John Lee's second generations is way younger than me. All his first generations are way older than you. Ain't that crazy? Well, yeah. So so they probably do be hanging out, but we need that. You need that in order to. It says it right there. You need that in order to understand somebody. In order to want to understand somebody, it's easier to connect to people like that. Simply because this person can't judge you. You like shit. This person can't judge me. Shit. I've been knowing cuz forever. Like I feel all the time. My cousin can't judge me, man. I remember the time when he was a chubby boy. Oh, chubby boy, hey, what's up, cuz? You want some hot seed package? Oh, so, you know, for real, cuz. So, you know, it creates that bond. That's why I said we got to get these families back together. We got to start hanging out with our, if they're good people, you know, we got to start hanging out with our siblings more and letting our kids hang out. We got to start taking the kids to go see grandma more and all this, because these bonds, maybe your kids need to speak to somebody, and they, even though they speak to you all the time, they want to speak to this person to help them out.
Now, in all seriousness, though, we do need to have these conversations with our families. Like, it's very, very important. We have to identify like our soul tribe.
We do.
Like that's where we at right now. And like everybody's not going to be on board regardless. Like everybody.
What's up? How you doing today? Well, anyway, I stopped you because I see that you went to the original people in the Eve jeans, and I like that dress, man. I was wondering if you would like to be a model. You know, I like how you standing still. You want a model for us? Hello? Anyway, man, that same stone face, no talking pose, I need you to keep that same energy. Check out my card, man, and I would love to have you on the team. Woo.
Oh yeah. So yeah, man, we really gotta have these discussions with our families.
Yeah.
And really sit down at the table and like really figure out like who's who and how can we help each other grow. Like you might like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might not want to go live off the land, but that don't mean like I might have some connections in this business space and you might want to start your own catering company or something. Like, okay, I can connect you with X, Y, and Z. Here you go. You just gotta do the work now.
We need a community. And like you said, because the community, everybody can't do the same job. Everybody gotta do a different job. Man, I don't know why this just hit my head, but that's one reason why I didn't do all the rioting. I understand how it works. Y'all go ride the black folks went to go ride the white people shit, right? But look, this how it breaks. You went to go ride a white man neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. He owned He owns insurance, right? Guess who owns your insurance? Another white man. So the insurance white man, he gonna go pay another white man who has the bricks. Just say if you knock down his building, he needs some bricks. So the white man, he goes to the white dude who go repair people's home and fix the bricks, right? That same white man, guess where he go buy his bricks and his cement from? Another white man. Right. Do you get where I'm going, cuz?
Yeah, that's vertical integration.
Do you get what I'm going, cuz?
Yeah,
so y'all just made them even richer, bro. You can't just be messing up that shit, cuz. You gotta be strategic. You can't. You just put more money into their neighborhood. You just put more money into their neighborhood, cuz. That's what we got. Yeah. That's what made me say. That's what my fault, cuz. But that's what made me think about it. What made me think about that is because you said how we gotta have in all different aspects. We gotta be 360. We gotta have a center. Think about it in football and basketball. You gotta have in basketball. You gotta have a center, a power forward, a small forward, a guard, and a point guard. You can't just have 5 point guards. You can't just have 5 centers.
Right. Yeah, everybody have to play their role. Yeah. And it's like, where was I about to go with this? Like when we have different strengths and abilities, right? Mm-hmm. Like my end goal is to have resource-based communities. Mm-hmm. Or we're in the space and we just barter. Mm-hmm. Like you're great at, like, say for instance, like you got a son, he needs a mentor. Mm-hmm. I'm experienced in mentoring. I've like mastered mentoring, right? Mentoring young men. You make clothes. I need some clothes. I'm about to go on a hiking trip or something. Let me spend an hour with your son, giving him some game on whatever, and like building a relationship with him to help him grow inside and out in exchange for like some clothes or a shirt or something, or some boots or something. Cause you might make shoes for a hiking trip, and that's how we do it. Like imagine a whole community.
We used to do that.
Imagine a whole community doing that. We don't even need money anymore.
You just need.
And that's where my mind is. That's where my mind is headed. I'm obsessed with like solving that issue. I'm obsessed with solving that problem.
And when cuz is obsessed, he gonna figure out how to get it done. That's why he my big cousin. I ain't got no cousin like that. Man, but yeah, cuz man.
Let's end this thing. This has been a good episode,
man. Up, man. It felt good, man. You know what I mean?
I think this has been the best one so far. What you think?
Man, at the ballpark, man, you talking to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Hey, for real. It's like if Michael Jordan doubled himself and had himself playing as shooting guard and point guard, they'd have been unstoppable. But yeah, cuz, man. So yeah, it was great. I just want to leave people with this, man. I want y'all to, just like I asked cuz, write down y'all dysfunctions. It can be 1 to 5 that you see through your mama, yourself, or whoever, your grandma, your daddy, grandpa, whoever you see, and you see it in yourself. Write those down. The ones that you trying to stop, the ones that you trying to end, the dysfunctions that you trying to end. Write them down. And if you want to, you can even comment down on below and write and let us know what they are, and really work on those. You don't have to work on. Don't make time essence of this. Don't be like, man, I gotta get this done in a week. I gotta get this done by the year. Just make sure you're getting it done. 1%, 0.5% every day. Write those down. Start by 1, 2, 3, or you can do 5, 4. Do whatever one is the easiest first. Work on the most easiest one first, and work on it. At least spend 5 minutes out your day every day trying to really pinpoint how you gonna change it. Then, however, if it's a month, 2, 3, even if it's next year, then start spending 10 minutes on it. Then do 20, then do 30, then do an hour, then do 2 hours. Just progress in your way. Don't let time tell you how to progress. You control time.
I love that. You really can't end it no better than that, man. Like how you control time?
What's up?
Subscribe to the Lead Your Lineage podcast on YouTube. That's how you control time. Make sure you control time by subscribing to the Lead Your Lineage podcast on YouTube. Hit that button at the bottom right hand corner or left hand corner. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. And like we always say, lead yourself so you can lead your lineage. And with that, we out.